we latched onto it. And the Caroline North found an audience ready, willing and eager to listen all day long. And we put it on record in 2008 with an exhibition at the Isle of Man, and Paul did in radio documentaries. And I, for one, am delighted to be here.
Thank you, Andy. Well, the man, one of the three men that were there at the start of Caroline North, is with us today, Alan Turner. 3 disc jockeys: Alan Turner, Tom Lodge, who sadly died this year, and Jerry Layton. And it was an extraordinary story because the ship sailed from the Thames estuary all the way around the south coast of England, the west coast, up past Wales, to the Isle of Man. Alan was there. That was an extraordinary journey, Alan.
It was. Good evening, everybody. Nice to see you all here, and thank you for coming. Caroline, as you well know, started at Easter 1964, and it was about less than 3 weeks after we started that somebody came on board from head office in London, bearing in mind that we had no contact with the shore, so we didn't know if anyone was listening and what was going on ashore. And said to us, I think you better sit down because we've got some important news for you. And we said, okay, we're sitting down, what's the important news? And they said, you have just under 7 million listeners, which is a Gallup on certified figures. Difficult to understand what 7 million listeners is when you're in your early teens, sitting on a ship, floating in the North Sea, with no idea that anybody is actually listening to what you're saying or playing. Anyway, that was the background to the amalgamation of Radio Atlanta. Talks have been going on for some time with Mr. Crawford. And the Radio Atlanta and Caroline merged on July the 2nd, it was announced. And on the 3rd, the tender came out from Harwich and said that Neil Migo, Radio Atlanta, was going to become Radio Caroline South, and we were going to sail to the Isle of Man and become Radio Caroline North. And so it happened. So we set off at midnight. Not much to see, it was pitch black, sailed across the Thames estuary, nothing to see, so those that weren't involved in sailing the ship went to bed. In the morning, it was about 8 o'clock, Tom Lodge came bursting into the cabin and said, quick, have a look out of the porthole. So I said, what am I looking for? You know, he said, have a look out of the porthole. So I looked, and we were going past Breachy Head. And for those who don't live in England, Breachy Head is a famous landmark on the south English coast. And so I picked up a pair of binoculars, had a look through the binoculars, and Breachy Head was lined with hundreds of people just watching us go by. Difficult to understand, really, you know, because we were isolated, had no real idea of what the reaction was ashore.